focus on doing something that you care about, that you enjoy, that gives you fulfillment. Focus on the people that are behind it,
Mm,
and if you do oh yes, focus on the product,
right.
but the people care are the ones who are going to make it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like it's not if you're not going to have if people feel like they're being treated well and um their work is meaningful, the product will be better as a result of that. Um,
Yeah. Totally.
and yeah, so that's been our approach.
All right. Well, as we close here, I would love if you had any advice that you would give to teams that are interested in publishing, like maybe a couple of bullet points or whatever.
Sure. The first is I think look for projects that are doing things that are non-traditional. Um, you can find a lot of really great projects in very weird places. People are posting and like they haven't been seen yet. Um, I think that's sort of one thing. I think another thing is like don't go making bets that you can't, don't go like writing checks you can't cash. um like pick, at the end of the day, like yes, there is a financial component to it. The sense of satisfaction that comes with helping people is in helping bring projects to life is amazing, but also like you can't get another project if you sort of make poor financial decisions. So
Mm,
think carefully about, where you're putting money. Um, and I think probably the last thing is uh, think about what internal capabilities you have and don't make promises that you can't keep. So if your internal capability is you're really good at being able to write a check to devs, but you can't market,
mm,
then don't tell them you're going to market their game if you can't effectively do that.
right.
Um, you have to either build that capability for them and be able to do it effectively, or you've got to find somebody that can,
Right.
or at least be upfront with them and tell them, this isn't something that we do, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
Um,
Not,
indie funds right on their website, like right there, it says, "Please note, it's an investment syndicate, not a publisher. We can't offer marketing and PR support."
yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got to be transparent with that stuff because, and it's okay if you can't do it all in house. It's like there's very few places I think that do everything in house. It's like impossible.
Yeah, it's
It's like,
impossible. You do have to get outside help. Like for, there are people that like yourself, that run firms that specialize in marketing video games or in finance, in legal,
right.
the legal infrastructure for publishing games, or have a good accountant, have a good lawyer, have someone who's good at marketing, uh, have good insurance, like have all these things.
Yep.
Don't just write checks you can't cash.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Awesome. So I would say, yeah, totally good points there. And at a good high level too. Like and again, as we outlined, as Neal has said earlier, this isn't just something that, if this is something you have considered or whatever, really make sure you're taking the time to really consider all those things, because as you provided in a lot of examples before, there's a lot to think about, and it's not going to be a simple thing. But as long as you think inwardly and outwardly in terms of, what is that structure going to be like, and what are those things that you need to address, and what is your ultimate goal and focus and everything, you should be doing pretty well if this is an area you want to expand to. I would think so, if taking all those steps, because it sounds like you guys are doing good. So in light of that, what is a good way to, one, find out more about you guys, but also, for some of these games that you already have out there, where can people like check out these games, and if you want, like, list them real quick, and then share how people can get in touch with you if they're, or SkyMap.
Yeah, thanks. Always happy to plug. Yeah, so our website is skymapgames.com. And on that site, there's certainly a list of lots of different projects that we've worked on. Some work for hire, some of our own stuff. We will have a new publishing section that is coming at some point. For right now, we're just picking projects, are basically picking projects ourselves without taking any sort of outside application, that sort of thing. We have a Twitter at SkyMap Games, Facebook, and all of that. All of that's on our website, sort of top right-hand corner. The projects that we are publishing, there's quite a few. The first is Rolled Out by Polar Bite Games. That's a marble rolling style game that is absolutely outstanding, and I can't recommend it enough. They have Discord with thousands of people. You can come join that and chat about marble rollers.
Nice.
As well as the project. Pixel Puzzle Makeout League, which is a Picross style game meets dating sim. It is insanely well written. It has phenomenal puzzles and a ton of them. And if you're looking for something that is really non-traditional, outside the box, and a lot of fun, I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, I played that at PAX.
Our own
too.
game Bacon. We were at PAX with that one too. And our own game Bacon Man is coming to Switch. Looks like September 29th. So Sweet. That's actually it was just announced fairly recently. There's a game called Backworlds by Logic Ember. It's a multi-dimensional puzzle platformer where you can basically use a paintbrush to paint between two worlds. It's incredibly brilliant design, and one of those games that had a Steam launch, but they'll be working with them to bring it to Switch and sort of relaunching the Steam version, and it is absolutely won a ton of awards, and for great reason. It's a phenomenally designed project. Sweet. And we've already released Thief Town, which was released, I think it was February or March of this year, and that is on Switch, PS4, PC. And that's a local multiplayer game where you try to backstab your friends in the Wild West. And that's another great game if you have folks that you're stuck at home with and are looking for something to do couch competitive. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So
yeah. So for whoever's listening, by all means, check out SkyMap Games and all the games that they have. It sounds like Neal was saying, they really focus on those, different and interesting ones, and those sound like it. So go check them out when you have a chance, or reach out to SkyMap if you have a reason to. And Neal, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining the show again. It's always a pleasure to have you.
No, the pleasure is mine. Thank you so much, Andrew. And you always run a great show. It's a lot of fun to listen in and to hop in and chat.
Awesome. We'll appreciate that. Hey, everyone, and thank you for listening to another episode of Indie Game Movement. I'm Andrew Pappas, your host, and the show's producer is Mustafa Price. A special thanks to Taisuke Kimura for creating the show's theme and Donnie Wilson for the logo design. If you enjoy and value the content, you can support us by visiting our Patreon, which is patreon.com/IGM podcast, and select the tier that meets your needs. Show notes for this episode can be found by visiting rengenmarketing.com/the number of this episode. Rengen Marketing is a consulting marketing company that helps indie devs with their marketing efforts. So if you're looking for helpful marketing content or marketing plan template for your current game, then please visit rengenmarketing.com. And as always, thanks for being such great listeners, and we'll see you next time on Indie Game Movement.